welcome back to our fourth segment. So we'd just like to continue from our previous segment.
Okay.
So do you think the Malaysian electorate, or even Pakatan Rakyat, is ready for Ulama Prime Minister?
That seems to be a strange question. Are they ready for Ulama Prime Minister?
Yeah.
Wow. I think it's yet to be gauged. If there is no empirical or polls or survey being done, I cannot say to any degree of certainty. And I can be saying something of my own perception and opinion, but I think the only way to get it to really have a research-based kind of survey, that will allow for you to say with any degree of certainty whether they are ready or not. I think the most important thing is, if you ask me in terms of the Quranic criteria of leadership, is based on two. Inna khayra man ista'jarta qawiyyun amin. That Allah says that the best of you who will be given responsibility and task must have two criteria. One is qawi, that competency in managing, strategizing, executing. One who is able to relate to the bigger constituency of the Rakyat. Competency in problem solving, in envisioning, all those that is implied in this verse. And the other is Amin. Amin is one who is of integrity. Is amana, is upright, is reliable, is not going to be along the way lose his track and lose his plot or whatever. So for as long as I cannot say, I cannot be saying that, I cannot be prejudicial to any particular group, ulama or non-ulama. But for as long as you have that, and that is the demand of the nation, and that's the demand of the people, I think you fit into it. So
is it safe to say that your party members believe that Anwar does not have the three credentials since they wanted...
Why did you say that?
Since they wanted your president to become the Prime Minister?
It's the opinion of some. I think we got to respect the opinion of any section of the. I think isn't that freedom? To be able to express your liking and disliking. So I don't think you need to be very judgmental in saying that because some say that, therefore it's not like that. I think that's not correct by way of principle. So you must be allowed to express your opinion, and don't pin them down. The minute they express, then you will not have that kind of people will not be brave enough to express their opinion.
Do you think your party will support if Anwar becomes Prime Minister?
I don't think there is any reason why not to support.
But will the certain elements within the party be comfortable with him?
You don't have in any democracy, you don't have 100% support in anything, Asrul. You should know that. But the dynamics of any democratic process is always will allow for that dissent, will allow for the difference. And in democracy, it's about managing differences. So be it. I have no qualms.
And one question regarding Sabah, the Sulu incident. How do you think it will work in favor for Pakatan or BN?
That's a double-edged thing, And again, unless and until you have a poll done, you can never say in any to any certainty that you will be for against Najib or for against us. But Sulus as an ethnic group, of a grouping in Sabah, has been a source of strength, support, and votes for UMNO, for the BN. So if they have treated them this way, God knows. Allahu Alam. They would have to suffer. They would have to take that backlash. But I think they are more concerned the perception of the nation as a whole. Now is the time for him, after weeks of being clueless and if anything, slow and sluggish in action. So you want to see, you want to be seen as in control and So however damage done, and the latest saying of quote of Dr. Ghafir, the Lieutenant Brigadier Lieutenant General Dr. Ghafir, made it very clear that that if anything, the unit to be blamed is the intelligence. They've been there for a while, and what has been conveyed and what action has been taken proactively, preemptively, but all goes to show of real weaknesses there are within the management of the military and as well the government, the executive. So all those must be squarely, be leveled against them by way of blame. I mean, it's not about just blaming game, but you can't help perceiving that. And mind you, the international community are also looking. Why are these guys bombing their own people? I mean, that's another thing. So it's a lot that you got to really critically look and assess and make judgment on it.
And what about your own seat in Kuala Selangor? Are you confident of retaining the seat?
I have never been really bothered about what it will be like at the end. My concern is to serve. And when I serve, I'm colorblind. And I've always been serving all these 4 or 5 years. It's now the time for the Rakyat and my electorates to make a judgment call on me, and I'm most willing to accept whatever outcome. But I have not stopped working, and right to the finishing line. And I think survey is done, pointing that I should be comfortable to maintain that seat comfortably. My support cut across not just ethnic but as well political parties.
Despite the increase in electorate by 12,000?
Yeah, we have got about 12,000 over, but I'm not quite sure how many among them are really dubious. But we'll continue to monitor and to try to identify really dubious ones.
What do you think are PAS's main hurdle in Selangor?
PAS's main hurdle?
Yeah. Especially in urban or mixed constituencies.
As you have noted earlier, it's all to do with them playing on the politic of fear.
Yep.
The politic of fear, essentially two.
Yep.
Religion, religious sentiment, and racial narrow-mindedness. So racial bigotry has come to a level of quite unknown of before. And religious zeal and sentiment is as well played on. And clearly that goes to show that they have lost on the battle of governance and performance. They have certainly lost that contestation. We have in the last 4 years presented ourselves as very credible, honest, transparent, open government. Now what they harp on is actually to tell and tone, make it very clear. If the Malays want to be in power still in Selangor, they must not give it to Pakatan. I think that is, if to say of the least, despicable, extremely deplorable. And this is how I think, if only the Rakyat could be more informed, I think we'll win hands down.
On that note, we'd like to end the show.
God willing, inshallah.
And thank you so much, Dr. Dzulkefly, for coming to our show.
Thanks for having me here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.